Hello gamers and welcome to playing every division in WARNO and my review of my match against 4th Mortal Schützen played by AA3 and me playing the 5th division to be covered, the Home Defense Region London from the latest Nemesis 4 DLC on Airport. I think the opening was okay with the old H.D.R scouts. Obviously, I don't have forward deployment with leaders, which is a bit bad. I should have gone into Echo right away with my leader. He does have a bit forward deployment, I think, with his paratroopers here. VampiroGaming Metis, I think they should be, yeah, they are forward deployed. Not have, yeah, lots of forward deployed units. I didn't know by heart, but yeah, it showed on the battlefield. But he played nicely and conservatively. One thing I did like is all the helicopters. I think they helped out quite a bit. They couldn't shoot a lot, but what they did was solid. I think I didn't deploy aggressively enough. I mean, he's already in here quite massively. So this is like the only building I can get into here. This is actually my zone. But the other player, once he gets to here, he's got lots of potential to cover, keeping himself covered in buildings. And I actually need to get here, which is really difficult. The hit and miss AA actually, I think, did a good job. And if I hadn't been ticked that hard, I think I would have stood a chance with getting, a bit more, winning the air basically. But I then again also lost helicopters too quickly. I should have microed them better. And also all these Metis units and faggots, which are actually not too great, but they are good enough against my chieftains. That was a bit of a problem. Lots of good troops in here. Sprengtaucher, Fallschirmjäger. Let's actually see what he can see. Oh, bloody hell. Could see. He could see my tank, he could see my rocket helicopter. So they seem to be very visible. Now this shitty helicopter shoots at this. I mean, obviously only half empty, but for such a cheap price, it's actually quite good. Now here the aiming is off because of, yeah, if you have radio, it doesn't always help. One mistake I had, I didn't have anything to really help against infantry here. That was good. And you're now getting into here to get the take. Yeah, I should have maybe gone through to here, but yeah, I'm really not sure. Or attack this at some point. I mean, it's totally empty. Look at this. Towards the very end, I did send some HSF units here in helicopters. He does have T-55s, which are decent, but not all that great. And yeah, not having IFVs is obviously a bit problematic against things like the AT guns and faggots, because I can't really suppress them on time. Let's take a screenshot for YouTube. Oh, where's the tank? It's coming here. Okay, there we go. Screenshot. Okay. And I will actually take a screenshot of one of those planes as a second screenshot, because the planes, they were surprisingly good. Also with the 60%, I could draw quite a bit of because they have like a 50% accuracy, but then 60%, so that goes like down to 25 or something, I guess. And this Canberra only has like 10 health, not too bad. I actually really enjoyed that. I think that was a big surprise. Also, it survived lots of coup hit shots, and then you need to resupply, and it's costly. Now he's getting his artillery out. Obviously, I would have to know, what type of artillery he's got, or is in which division, and then is it mobile or self-propelled or not. But I think there will be like an artillery work, so that things will change with regards to artillery anyway. So it's very evenly matched, with regards to colors. But the difference is, I'm being clicked. So electronic warfare really good. Not really getting into range of the Strellas. Now they shot. But see that bomb drop? Nice. A lot of points for just a cheap unit. I mean, it's how many points? 30 points only, but still. You don't have infinite, and here I don't have enough units. So one mistake was I don't have any supplies here, and I don't have a tank that I could pop forward. And also, yeah. Now this is coming. Let's actually slow down things. It dropped its bomb. It's just 175 points plain and kills like everything theoretically. Or like it's good against soft and hard targets. And I need to turn down the volume a little bit, I think. Let me quickly pause. And turn on the volume a little bit. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, they get shredded. With 0% ECM it gets out. This is actually quite nice. Now I redirected my artillery, but it's a bit too late. This was a really, really good and potentially decisive attack. Good mix of line infantry and CQC. Now this was a good hit. But too late. A bit too late. CQC, my HSF unit has no chance. My tanks are coming in, but the faggots are moving. There's Metis in here. Good, angle here, like an L shape. That's what you want. Where am I going with my helicopters? Nowhere. I could have attacked this so hard here at this moment with some units, theoretically. He's now safeguarding it with a me, with Recon helicopter, Shilka, Pack. This is when I'm actually building up the push here. The idea was good, but too late. And also not microed enough with regards to the helicopters. I would have had to be ready with... Yeah, there's the bomb drop. This was a nice bomb drop. And then I pushed a bit too hard. I should have swung to the right, maybe, to mop this up. Not get side-shotted or maybe divert forces a bit. Now this was good. And unfortunately I had them in my back now and I had nothing to support it. Now my helicopters come in, but where do they go? They don't go further. This was the moment to save this push, and I didn't bring AA. Only my planes, basically. Good Canberra run here. Over here it's really bad. Yeah, I need to play more aggressively in the first minutes of the game and really solidify my position, I think, in at least my own zones. Here's the Reckoner's missing here. Really bad. This didn't do much. Playing with the Reckoner helicopters, that was actually good. And having like a swarm of cheap planes can really help break through the push, or maybe even take out like things like Strelas and stuff. Yeah, my A plane went down in the very last minute. So we need to adjust the deck a little bit. KD was nice, but obviously the game is not about KD. It's about points. So let's go to the armory. But I kind of like this division, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is, one of these needs to go. I think I will stick to the armor despite the worst stealth. I might put in the Gazelle, but we'll see. What we definitely need is actually an HMG unit. Potentially this one, which is like the 1,200 meters resolute. To really help out, against infantry pushers when I have my Milans. I need a cheap unit to protect them with range. That's something I need to do. The Terriers are an interesting idea to maybe get around the enemy, but not without airborne leaders, to be honest. And I brought them in the wrong vehicle, it seems. Oh no, I didn't bring these leaders at all. But should I bring these instead of the guard unit, actually, after all? Given the different vehicle type, I mean. They're pretty much the same unit. The guards unit is resolute. The other one is the rifles leader is IFV infantry. But I don't really have an IFV, or does that count as an IFV? Potentially not. Didn't really make use of my SAS. Another problem. I didn't use these, and I think I never will. Let's take them out. I can't take another card of these, unfortunately. So this allows us to actually take the Gazelle helicopter. I'm not quite sure if this is the right setup, if I should maybe take another Bedford truck over the Wessex helicopter. But too many eggs in one basket is bad as well. This is 1,500. Yeah, it's like double the price, but still, I think it's I need to spread things a bit. Now these planes were so good. I really enjoy them. Might even be worth upvetting to go up with agility. Had a chance to make evasive maneuvers. The Hawk might be an interesting option as well, as another cheap option to deal with infantry. I think I'm inclined to ditch the cluster bomber, because this did the job just fine. So I don't necessarily need the Harrier. It's even slower, but the ACR ECM is just amazing. I actually want this plane as well on top. I mean, rocket planes are shit, but I would like to try it out. If you send 2 of these together with the Canberra at a infantry position, but then again, I can also use this. So not sure, not sure. We also actually need. Did I have enough tanks? I think I did. I just didn't use them well. They are just a bit shite, but that's because I can't handle them. Now we need the guard sniper is something I might not actually use. It's a bit for the opener to get into position, but then it's also expensive. I think I'll ditch this. It's 3 points. This allows me actually to take the HMG unit. I won't vet it. I think I'll keep the HSF. I just need to spam them around a bit more. I didn't do that. And I've got 2 points left. Where could they go? Artillery. I mean, I could remove one of those helicopters, but they did a good job, and this... I need the helicopters. What could I ditch to get more planes? But more planes would possibly be overkill as well. So the only thing I can take is artillery. This is all very underwhelming. Maybe I just go for a cheap 25-pounder. It can shoot at tanks a bit, and it will help. It is cheap and might help against, you know, for counter battery purposes, just to annoy the enemy a bit and keep him moving. Let's compare which ones I want. So the damage output for the 25-pounder is worse. The range is better. Ammo the same. Tank gun is better on the 25-pounder. Aiming and reload as well for bow, and reload is better for the tank gun as well. You have better optics too. So this is in favor of 25-pounder in my eyes, despite the worst damage output. But for my purposes, it's better. And this has just a terrible reload time. Yeah, let's take the good old 25-pounder for counter battery, cheap counter battery duty, basically. So the changes were I removed the leader, put in the Gazelle, you know, to get some shenanigans going, maybe with the SAS, for sure with the air mobile Terriers. I still might change these for the rifles leader. I mean, they've quite literally got the same stats, but the Resolute. The Resolute is obviously good, but it won't save the day once he's like properly attacked. But the Kremlin anti-drone vehicle with smoke and medium machine gun might be more helpful, and it's only 20 points. And also quite fast, yeah. I need to make that change, I think. Let's take the rifles leader in. Let's put him at the very front. We've got our special units, these guys, and then we've got line infantry, special units. Yeah, I think this is better now. Obviously, it needs more playing and testing, and actually, you need to learn like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 divisions at the most, and then practice them a lot, and then you see what's your playstyle. Is it more like heavy tanks also? But this is a fun series. and I'm getting to know the divisions a bit better. So let's continue. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and also you can wish for a division to be covered. Until then, bye for now.